Hey YouTube, what's going on? Pipe Noob here. Still at Mom's house in Kansas, and wanted to send a shout out and say hello to y'all. First, let me get this right out there, right out front. Several of y'all have put comments on there, or you've messaged me privately, wishing good health to Mom and prayers and all that other stuff. And let me tell you, it's greatly appreciated. Mom's home from the hospital. The surgery went really well. She's home now. The surgery was on Friday. She was home on Monday. She's bumping around the house. We just went out riding around town today a little bit to get out and get some fresh air. Like Mom used to always tell me when I was a kid, get outside and blow the stink off of you. So that's what we did today. Is we got outside and we blew the stink off of her. She's got a pretty good battle scar. She's got a scar that starts right here, stitches that go right here, right up to about here, and she's got a little titanium disc where they took a little bit of her skull out to get to that spot. We do not have the pathology report yet, so we don't know what's going on there. She's healing fast. She's doing good. I'm just amazed at how well the surgery went and how good she's doing. And I've got people all over the country praying for her. And I do believe in the power of prayer. And I think it's up to all y'all and all my friends and family and extended family and everybody across the world that's been praying for her. So thank you. Thank you for keeping us and her in your prayers. So I'm in a much lighter mood today than I was with the last video, and I'm in Kansas. And last time I was in Kansas, I bought some of my favorite pipe tobacco, which y'all know is Carter Hall, because it's like $3.50 here. And down at Dillon's at the grocery store, they sell it. So I stocked up some more of this. I got a couple boxes of tobacco to throw in my suitcase to take back with me. But I've already talked about Carter Hall out the wazoo. I've also talked a little bit about another one that's in the same category as Carter Hall, but I don't think I've ever done a review of it, and that's good old Prince Albert. Prince Albert I like almost as much as Carter Hall. I know it doesn't receive quite the same publicity in the pipe community that Carter Hall receives, which is a shame because Prince Albert is a damn fine over-the-counter codger blend drugstore pipe tobacco, which it is pretty damn good. It is different than Carter Hall. It's close but different. So I thought I'd smoke some today and tell y'all why you might want to try it. One of the things I really like about these is they come in these, they call them the luxury pouch. Okay, see, the luxury pouch, which I always find is kind of a hoot. They're both Middleton blends. So yeah, see, John Middleton Company. So here's what the blurb on the back of this says. Since 1856, we at John Middleton Company have dedicated our resources to producing one-of-a-kind quality pipe tobacco brands at affordable prices. Yeah, $3.50, that's pretty damn affordable. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nothing else really. They also have, it talks about they have Prince Albert's Cherry Vanilla, which I've never tried, and Prince Albert's Soft Vanilla. This is just the regular, the plain. I'm not super into the flavored pipe tobaccos. I mean, there's some I like, but this is like your mama's meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy. So you pop open the pouch, and that's what you got. It smells similar to Carter Hall. It's a little less intense in smell than Carter Hall. Plus, Carter Hall has this very strong cocoa overtone that it smells like dry cocoa. This smells more raisiny. And I believe, I didn't do my research beforehand, but I believe this is just a straight old burley blend. Lord knows I've smoked enough pouches of it. I should probably look it up, but oh, it really smells good. Stupid flies. Oh, by the way, how about them Chiefs, huh? My homie, my homeboy. Somebody said we should start calling him 2 p.m. because what are you feeling about 2 p.m.? You're feeling your heart getting ripped out by our quarterback. We're going to call him 2 p.m. Anyway, 2-0, babies. It's going to be our year. Okay, enough football. So let's see. Since it's an old codger blend, there is nothing better for smoking codger blends than cobs. I've talked about cobs on here before. I've got meerschaum. I've got briar pipes. I've got my Falcon that I dearly love. But the 2 pipes that I brought with me to Kansas were both cobs. Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman, and the Missouri Meerschaum made Nation Pipe, Corncob Nation Pipe, the pipe of the year for 2018, which is this one right here, which I did a show on this, so y'all have seen this before. Oh, and somebody asked me, hey, I saw you pull your pipe cleaner out at the beginning. Do you store it that way? Yeah, I do. Not all of them. Not all my pipes I store that way. But my cobs I usually do because I smoke them kind of heavily. And sometimes I don't get them in a proper rotation. I'm smoking them a couple times a day for several days in a row, and I kind of want to do everything I can to wick out any extra moisture out of there. So for my cobs, generally, I'll throw a clean pipe cleaner in there, and then when I pull it out, I'll spin it around and pull all the stuff out, make sure it's cleaned, when I pull it out. So this is pretty cool. This is a general bowl, so it's pretty darn deep. And I'll get a good long smoke out of this. So we're going to go ahead and load it up. There's nothing fancy about this blend. This is not going to be an English, Balkan, Cyprian Latakia crap like that. With all your snooty bullshit. This is just a good old American drugstore blend. Holy crap, I'm getting some sun. I'm also getting a little bit of... I'm getting... what the hell's going on with my arm? I'm getting a little bit of a rash going on. I have to take a look at that. I don't know if you can all see it on there, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, talk about his rash on his pipe video. That guy's weird. And you can see I haven't shaved for couple days, so you get the old grizzled pipe noob today who's tired. Working my regular job remotely all week and taking care of my mom, and my wife was out here during the week helping me. And my wife is, I've talked about her on here before, how amazing she is. She flew back home on Friday. She was working remotely too, and my wife and my mother just love each other. I'm so lucky that she loves her mother-in-law and that my mom loves her daughter-in-law. Truth be told, I think sometimes she likes Roxanne more than she likes me. Which, that's not hard. Sometimes I'm not a very likable dude. But yeah, so I just, I didn't shave today. Deal with it. All right. Let's see. Let me get this lit. Yeah, the bad thing about, see, I take all the filters out of my cobs because I don't like the filters. And problem with that is every now and then I'll get especially when I'm lighting it, I'll get a little bit of tobacco or ash that comes through the stem. That's why you see me sometimes when I'm lighting it. Still using my homemade pipe tamper that some of y'all have now too. Brother Clayton, tell me how that's working out for you. All right, so now, the deal about this pipe tobacco, first off, is its consistency. It always tastes the same. Every single time I've ever smoked it, it tastes the same. And it doesn't change from the top of the bowl to the bottom of the bowl like some do. It's not going to knock your socks off with the flavor. It's got good flavor. It's not a heavy flavor. It's not going to like beat you down with vanilla or anything like that. It's just this nutty, not real nutty, but it's got a little bit of like a nut flavor to it, and a little bit of that just burley tobacco note. You know, if you're a burley smoker, you know what I'm talking about, and especially becomes noticeable in a cob. I don't know what it is about a cob that brings out those notes in burley, because cobs tend to smoke a little sweeter, in my opinion. And maybe that just that just works with the what's going on in the burley tobacco to just bring out all those good flavors. It's about a medium body, not real heavy on the nicotine. This is not one that's gonna put you to sleep. This is one that you could just sit around, you could smoke, and you could think, or you could smoke and you could read, or you could smoke and you could drink your coffee and Bailey's. Oh hell, I don't have to worry about you not telling now. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. I can drink as much Bailey's as I want. It's a funny story. God bless my mom. I love her to death, but sometimes she can be crotchety, and we're relearning how to get along with each other, because I'll be here a total of about 3 weeks before I go home, and neither of us are particularly easy to live with, and my wife's a saint. That's all there is to it. And so I got a bottle of bourbon when I got here. I'm not a huge bourbon drinker. I tend to prefer rye or scotch. But I didn't want to get a huge bottle. I didn't want to get a full-size bottle. I wanted just like a little smaller, like pint-sized bottle or whatever. And so I went down to the liquor store. That's another thing in Kansas. You can't go to the grocery store. I'm used to going to the grocery store to buy the stuff. But you got to go to the liquor store here. So I'll go to the liquor store, and the only one they have is this. It's a little bit bigger than a pint, but it's not like a full-size, 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey or whatever. And a bottle of Elijah Craig. And they didn't have any smaller bottles of rye or anything like that, so I grabbed it. And I've been drinking a little bit of bourbon and ice in the evenings. Yeah, I'm almost gone. I love my mom, but sometimes I need that little glass of bourbon just so that I don't, so I get along with her better. And I'm almost out of Bailey's too. But she's been through a lot, and she's been fighting cancer. Now she had surgery, and she's constantly healing up from one thing or another, and her patience is getting thin, and I can understand that. So she's entitled to be crotchety if she wants. What I'm trying to do is not feed energy back into it, because she gets grumpy for understandable reasons, but then I don't need to get grumpy back. I don't need to feed back into it. So I'm trying. Pray for me. So anyway, back to tobacco. Again, what did I say? It's about a medium body, not real heavy on the nicotine. One thing this shares really well with Carter Hall: zero bite. I have never been able to make this bite. Not once. I can smoke it hot as shit. It won't bite. Normally it smokes really cool. It burns pretty slow. It'll burn all the way down. I very rarely have to relight it, unless I'm talking too damn much like I do on here. You're all probably thinking, good Lord, he relights his pipe all the damn time. What's he talking about? Or because I'm too busy talking. Good amount of smoke. And it's not a heavy body. So like I said, it's about a medium body. It smells good. It's really hard for you to smell it while you're smoking it, but I've had other people around me, comment, wow, that reminds me of my granddad, sort of thing. Well, probably because your granddad probably smoked this. Either smoked this or Carter Hall, and, chances are pretty high. So, what can I tell you about it? Not a whole lot, except it's got this nice, mild, slightly nut, but burley tobacco goodness to it. This is not a flavor bomb. It's not a nick bomb. This is what you smoke while you're out fishing. This is what you smoke while you're sitting there reading a book, or talking with your wife, or watching your grandkids or your godchildren play, and you don't want the tobacco to take away from what you're doing around you. This is not one of those tobaccos. Sometimes you'll smoke a tobacco and it'll be like, and you'll be like, wow, this is great, and you're just really into it, and you're totally into the tobacco, and you kind of lose track of what's going on around you. This is not that kind of tobacco. This is more the kind of tobacco that will not intrude upon your enjoyment of what's going around you, but it will still satisfy you. So you may be thinking, oh, Prince Albert, I've never imagined trying that. Well, that's because you're too damn stuck up for your own damn good. There's a reason why these old codger blends have been around forever. And that's because they're just good, solid blends. Now, would this be my Desert Island blend? No. It doesn't have enough for me. I'll smoke a pouch or two of it every now and then. But it doesn't have enough for me to be a Desert Island blend. Now, this, on the other hand, if I could only ever smoke one tobacco ever again in my life, it would be this. If they decided, to limit us pipe smokers, you have to pick one and you can only stick with one, that'd be the one I stuck with. Because every single time I go back to Carter Hall, it's good. It's just good. It's got enough flavor for me. It's got enough punch for me. It doesn't punch me in the face, but it's there. That would be my Desert Island blend. But Prince Albert, not bad. Not bad at all. There's a reason why it's been around forever. So let's see. What else do I got to talk about? See, I'm working. This is my last week. I'm wrapping up this contract. My last week on this contract. And then I have so I'll be out here in Kansas this next week and taking care of Mom some more. And that'll be my last week on the contract. Then the next week, I'm on what we call the bench. I'm on R&D. Basically, I'm in between contracts. And I'll be here until Wednesday of that week. I fly back on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'll go into the office and reacquaint myself with everybody in the actual office. And the following Monday, I start a new contract. I've already got a new contract designated for me. They're taking me right back off the bench just as quick as they can, which makes me feel good. I'm going to an interesting place. I can't really talk about our clients that much, but I'm going to an interesting place, pretty big place. Doing some interesting things. We got some people already working there that have done a phenomenal job of lining them out properly technically, and all I'm hoping for is that I'll mess it all up. They've done a lot of good work, a lot of good foundational work already, the team that's already there. And I just want to come in and not embarrass myself. So wish me luck on that. Actually, other than that, how y'all doing? Anything interesting going on in y'all's lives? Put a comment down there. Let me know what's going on. I've noticed I picked up a couple new subscribers too. I think I'm up to like 125, 130, something like that. Hard to imagine. Hard to imagine there's 125 people that thought I was legitimate enough to push that subscribe button. I'm grateful to each and every single one of you. And Clayton Ord Jr., thank you for the shout out on your show. Appreciate that. I'm sure a couple of those new subs I got were driven by you. If y'all aren't subscribed to him, you should probably go check him out. He's a Carolina boy. Got a great southern drawl. No nonsense sort of fella. Beard that I'm frankly quite envious of. So I can grow a beard like that, but I'd wake up with it gone and my wife standing over me with a pair of scissors. So I'm a little envious that you get to grow that one and I don't. Spectacular beard. And fun to listen to. He's got a lot of interesting things to talk about. Go check him out. Other than that, I will put this in the can. It's been about close to 20 minutes. I just wanted to touch base with y'all and tell you how much I appreciated your well wishes and your prayers and everything else, and that Mom's doing great. And try Prince Albert. Don't get caught up on all this expensive shit all the time. Allow yourself to try something cheap and over the counter every now and then. You might be surprised. Take care, y'all. Have a great one.